Hey everyone. Okay, so I just feel so uplifted right now. I've just finished dancing. Like it was my birthday today, and I really had decided to not do much for my birthday. I just wanted it to be just a random day in my life because I just felt that over the past year I've had such a lovely time and I felt so joyful pretty much every day, and everything was exciting for me. And yeah, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to do anything special for my birthday because this whole year has just been so special to me that I just felt, well, it's just going to be another adventure day. And then I was listening to the soundtrack of Moana, and I watched this Disney, like, it's not a Disney film, but it's an animation movie at the beginning of this year, so in January when it came out. And I absolutely loved it. I really did. And the reason why I loved it so much is because um, when I was watching it, of course, like my inner child was just totally roaring and totally excited about it. Because obviously, like, I don't know if you've watched a movie, like, without wanting to say too much about the movie, so, you know, for those who want to watch it, but it's basically about this girl who wants to set off into the ocean and discover a new horizon, and her family doesn't really want her to go because she's supposed to be the new queen in her kingdom. And yeah, but what's happening is that her kingdom is actually breaking down because there's been a piece that's been taken away from a warrior a long time ago, and because that piece of their mother nature is missing, their mother nature is breaking down. And so even though there's something, you know, like Moana is basically being stirred up by her intuition in the movie, and she's got this yearning to go beyond the horizon, but her family and her father definitely don't want her to go because it's dangerous and she's not allowed to go and all that. And you know, obviously, as it goes, she's of course gonna go and set off anyway. And it's a really beautiful story, and the music is magical. It's really really beautiful, and truly what it is, it makes so much sense to me because I think that we all have a little Moana inside our hearts, and we all yearn for things in life, and we all yearn and we all desire things in life, things or people or situations, or you know, we all have dreams, we all have things we want to accomplish, or you know, and they might be very small. You know, some of us have massive dreams, but others have just tiny ones. And even the tiniest dream that you have, you know, if you're inhibiting your little Moana inside your heart, like, it's basically your own nature inside is breaking down. And that's how I interpreted the movie when I watched it. Um, yeah, and so I just wanted to just give you a little nudge, like, you know, you have a little Moana inside your heart right now. And what is she saying? You know, what is he saying? You know, what is that dream that you are striving to look for? Or, you know, what is that feeling inside of you that makes you really joyful and makes you really happy? And how are you putting the chains down because you're afraid to go beyond the horizon? Or, you know, or maybe you're just having to move slower towards it, you know, like without pushing too much. But still, you know, especially for those of you who know that there is this calling inside you, and you don't quite know how to unlock the power within you. And yeah, I just suggest you should watch the movie because sometimes words and expressions or whatever are not really saying much about how you can understand it. But I find that movies, especially animation movies, really get you onto that vibe, you know, because you don't only have the words, but you also have you have the music, you've got the energy, you've got the characters, And of course, everything is super perfect because it's an animation, but it doesn't really matter, you know. It's not, you know, about the perfection. And, you know, often what we think is, oh, well, it's just a movie, it's not for me. And that's exactly, you know, where you are shutting down that little voice, you know, that Moana wants to speak through you. And yeah, like, I just want to say that we we are all allowed to step into our power, and we're all allowed to, if we allow ourselves to do so. And I was having a really lovely conversation with my brother tonight, and his girlfriend, or his fiance, and they asked me a couple of questions, which, you know, obviously related with birthdays. And they asked me one thing, and they asked me, what is it right now that you are the most appreciative for? And I really had to say that there's truly only one thing, and that one thing is, you know, is that I feel that over the past year I've learned how to become myself, you know, without having all the judgments and without having anything sort of crossing my mind. I even felt that I wasn't even worrying like I used to, you know. I wasn't worrying about, you know, what people would say, or what I would say about, you know, not achieving things. I was just being myself, and that being myself is the best thing I can do. And, you know, it's just giving myself this voice. And yeah, I'm just looking for my words right now, because I'm feeling quite emotional about this, because I really was in a place where it wasn't easy at all, like emotionally speaking and mentally speaking. And I really went into those places where it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. And I understand today that, yeah, a lot of it was actually in my thoughts. It was things that I had to drop, you know. It was just becoming too heavy. And once I've done that, like once I've managed to unlock all the weights on my shoulders and just let them go, and truly, truly connected with what it means to be Lizzie in this world, that's when things started to unfold. And yeah, and I feel really grateful for that. And I think that's what I appreciate the most. Why is it that I appreciate that the most? Well, because when I'm being myself, I can see and witness everyone around me, and I can see life how I'm supposed to be seeing it, without the filters of, you know, what judgments and criticisms and all these things that used to really bother me a lot. You know, it just is irrelevant right now. And yeah, and I guess I found that place, and it's beautiful because it allows me to also see people for who they truly are, and without feeling that I have to change anyone around me. And yeah, I guess that's really, really nice to just be able to see my friends and see them for who they are, and just enjoy being with my beautiful people, and seeing them, you know. Some of them will grow, some of them will travel, some of them will, you know, not connect for months, and then you know, we connect again, and then it's just like it was before. And I feel like I've just come out of the darkness, basically. And yeah, and I'm able to just follow the calling of my little Moana inside, which is really cool. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but I don't really care, because I just, you know, it just feels natural. It just feels so natural to be Lizzie, because that's who I'm supposed to be. And yeah, so, you know, who are you? Like, what is it? What is your magic that you bring into the planet? Like, what is it about you? You know, like how are you? You know, like, how are you right now? What are you feeling right now? And what is it that you want to do? Like, if there was no boundaries of time, no boundaries of financial security, no boundaries of skills, no boundaries of approval, what is it that you would do? You know, like, if you didn't have to do anything that you don't want to do, or, you know, if there were no limits whatsoever, what is it that would get your vibe on? And yeah, just sit with that. Like, just sit with that and just, you know, just try to let all those judgments or all those thoughts just drop off, because there's a deeper part in you that is really longing to get there. And yeah, some of it might look like you're just trying to, you know, like shift over some superficial layers or something, but you're truly not. You're just getting deeper down into your core. And yeah, so yeah, I think that's all I want to say. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you who posted so kindly on my wall. And oh no, it's not the wall anymore. I'm so old-fashioned. It's a timeline. Anyway, timeline and all the lovely messages I got from everywhere in the world. It's so amazing to have you all, you know, like just connecting from all over the world and just sharing your beautiful selves with me. I'm so grateful for you. Really am. Like, gonna go on a world trip soon, beauties, and I'm gonna come and see you all. I'll hope to get everywhere, but yeah, exciting times. Okay, guys, I'm sending you a load of love, and I will leave you. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you something. Right, I'm not really the type of person that way, but I have found this beautiful instrument, and I found it a few weeks ago. I actually found it 6 months ago, and I went back to the shop to get it, and I'm going to reveal it. Maybe you can hear it already. It's an instrument, and yeah, I fell in love with it 6 months ago, and when I went back to the shop, it was still there. So yeah, it was waiting for me. So I got it, and here it is. It's a little chime, and it sounds so beautiful. It just brings magic into every room. Love you lots, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.